Okay, I guess he's having some technical issues. He'll get
It's Boogie, man. We all have experience of being here in Colombia.
Look at the guy in the back. Look at the guy in the back, plain, dressed plain, no jewelry on, nothing like that to grab anybody's attention. See, these are the type of things that you got to be more aware of. The people don't dress to impress; they dress down. What up, Buck?
Hey man, what's going on, man? How you doing? Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat. What's going on, man?
What up, man? What's your take on the these streamers getting drugged and robbed, man?
It's not just the scene. I'm talking about overall the man that's going to Colombia and getting drugged. I just want to reflect on that. A lot of these guys, here's the thing. I don't know. It might be ignorance thing. They're not doing their research. Because even me, back in 2018, when I went to Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, I knew about the scoping culture back then. And I did my research back then. People was warning me back then. And I, when I was, hanging out with the chicks and all that, I wasn't even drinking around them. So I think these guys are just completely just ignorant or completely just unaware, or they just didn't do their research. Because you literally got to be, look, heck, shout out to QB. Even it happened to QB, a veteran guy who been in the space for a long time. It happened to him. Unfortunately, he was drinking around those Colombian chicks, and he said that the girls was a Tinder date. It was a Tinder date. So according to him, it wasn't more of a P. It was a Tinder date. So he set up a Tinder date with them, invited them over. Next thing you know, he was drinking around them, and that's what got him scoped. So, and here's another thing, guys. The girls you got to watch out for are the girls who's coming off as a regular girls, and they paint themselves as regular girls, and that's how those are the ones you got to watch out for. The P girls, they just want their money, get out. They don't want no attention. Money, get out, no drama. The girls you want to watch out for are the girls, especially in Medellin, Colombia abroad, are the girls who's playing off as a regular girl when they're really trying to get something out of you, aka they trying to scope you and get.
Oh, sometimes it's not even
everything out of you, your laptop and all that. Man, when I went there, bro, my laptop was in a lockbox, passport, everything. Before I even actually invited the chick. First of all, she was outside the hotel. I was like, hold on, let me go inside the hotel room and let me just gather my shit, because I had like several items just out there like that.
Yeah.
It's like I start situating myself and I start putting my the important stuff in the lockbox. Then I had some other important stuff that was too big for the lockbox. So what I start doing with those is like I start hiding those in places that she couldn't even find. So just in case. So and another thing is, you got to make these chicks, when they come into your room or Airbnb, you got to make them take a shower, because some of them have that scope on their titties. So some of these guys, when they making out with the girls and all that, they'll be kissing the girls and all, and that's how they can get you.
Wow. See, I didn't even know that. I'm glad that you were able to enlighten us on that, man.
Let me tell you
get
about
them in here, make sure they take a shower. Yeah, because they slick with that shit, bro. And you know what they do also?
They very slick with that.
The scope doesn't necessarily.
Let me give you a story where I invited this girl over, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing she started doing was she started looking at my refrigerator, and she saw there was no drinks, and she looked at me, and she was like, "No drinks tonight?" I was like, "Yes, no drinks tonight," because I knew. I mean, who knows what she was up to? So I was like, no drinks. I know my shit. But if he was another sucker dude, he probably have some drinks in there. She probably, have some drinks with him, and pour that scope in his drink. So that's the thing you gotta watch out for, guys. And I know what's his name. The other dude, some guy in the chat was bringing up some prices. Here's the thing, guys, with that, those prices should be kept on receipt, like some kind of WhatsApp or something. It can't just be on verbal, because if it's on verbal, you bring her over, she can switch up on you at any time, and she can call the cops because she has the upper hand. So, but whereas, well, a lot of the dudes that go to DR, veteran dudes, they get the chicks WhatsApp and they get that on receipt. That way, when the cops show up, that they can see, okay, if she lied, okay, she'd be like, oh, but she said this on WhatsApp, she switched up, or then the cops will believe your story, you know. So
yeah, man.
yeah, so that's two things you got to watch out for overseas: a chick scoping you, or the chick switching up the price on you. Because when she switches up the price on you, you don't pay, and she called the cops on you, and the cops can, they can get you on that grape charges.
Sometimes with the switching up prices, man, sometimes you got to take that L, and you just got to pay it, man. Because that switching up price, if you negotiate and you have the price, and she comes to the crib, and if she switch it up on you, there's nothing you can really do about it. For your safety, and also for less headaches, just pay up, man. Get out of there. And unfortunately, these things do happen. But I'm gonna read this real quick, and I'm gonna get to Ronin Travels. Moore says, if they have tattoos, that definitely a red flag. But you brothers think that these tats are cute until you're laid out, face planted, and waking up like where my ish. I don't think the tattoos have anything to do with it, because even chicks that don't have tattoos can do that shit. So I don't think. I'm a little bit more. I look at body art. I love body. Obviously, I got body art, but I love looking at a woman that has like a nice tattoo on her back or whatever. I mean, some guys are into that, some are not. But I don't think that puts them in the red flag just because they have a tattoo. But I am a little bit curious about the neck tattoos, like with the words and symbols, because I heard that solidifies gang members that's out there in Colombia. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I was told. But what's your guys' take on the tattoos on females? You guys think it's a red flag?
I mean, it depends. Like if I'm having a chick, if I'm just dating a chick for fun and all that, I don't care, right? But if I'm taking a chick seriously, it cares. I care. Because I don't want my potential future wife to have tattoos. But if I'm just having fun with her, just pleasure, just indulging in her, I don't care, bro. I mean, she can have a neck tattoo, face tattoo. It doesn't. I don't care. It's like just I'm just having fun, right? I've seen so literally, just in this last trip I went to, the girl I was messing with, she had a big ass. So on her ass, she had a big ass butterfly tattoo on one of her left booty cheek. Big ass. It was so big. That butterfly tattoo was so big. So she had a big ass butterfly tattoo, and I was like, I wouldn't want this on my. But since I was having fun with her, I didn't care at the moment, But guys, I'm telling you, don't turn down girls who, if we having fun with her, don't turn down those girls with the tattoos, because some of them they're very good, man.
Yeah. I mean, I know a couple of girls in Colombia that's in my circle, I want to say. And let me see, 2 have tattoos, and they've been really good to me, you know what I'm saying? I've had no issues. And there's one that I've dated that she doesn't have any tattoos. So I mean, I don't think I'm gonna judge a woman based off that. But that's just my circle. I tend to kind of keep it safe that way, and I don't want to meet any more different women. Especially if I have just my inner circle, I'm kind of good with that, because I know I'm in a safe zone for the most part. You know what I mean? But there's some stories that some men have been seeing the same girls, and eventually they get scoped too. So it's kind of crazy, man. It just really depends on how you move, man. And it's like I said, if you're dealing with street girls and they've been good to you, that doesn't mean they're always going to be good to you too. They could have a switch up to where, economy's looking bad, and they're like, shit, I got to do what I got to do. I got to rob this nigga. You know what I mean? So they're looking about survival. Ronan, what's up, my brother?
You guys hear me now?
Yes, sir. Braces with your presence, man.
Right.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, man, I think these guys are a bunch of clowns, personally. I don't think they have a problem with losing money. If they're not insured, they have somebody backing them. I don't think they're really butthurt over what happened to them. I think it was just for clicks and views. To tell you the truth.
You did so lighthearted.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at the way they're reacting to it. You know, guys that hurt over it, they show it more emotionally. I mean, you're talking thousands of dollars in time that it takes to accumulate all the equipment you need to run a vlog or a show and different things like that, man. You know, these guys are too lackadaisical about the fact that they got scoped or whatever. I think they were planning it the whole time.
I absorb people the way they look, the way they dress.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that the regular working class citizens in Colombia, they dress normal. They don't wear no jewelry. They don't wear no. You notice that even with this guy, he's not wearing any jewelry.
Well,
He
there's a
might be
time and a place for a lot of that stuff. I mean, if you're going to higher end areas, you're going to a party, a celebration for the family, then you're going to put your Sunday's best on, as they say. You know what I mean? You're going to dress a certain way. You're going to look a certain way. You're going to a wedding, or you're going to some type of a family gathering,
right.
something with the company. You're going to dress a whole different way than you would every day. The whole thing is, when we travel, we're traveling like we're going to a party every fucking day. That's not the way to do that.
And especially if you're in these streets looking like Thanksgiving and Christmas food.
Yeah, and then the guy with the overly accented Russian and all these other things. Man, come on. Stop. You are a cartoon character on your own fucking show. I'm sure he does not talk that heavily normally in Russian the way he sounds.
They got robbed on Christmas Day, though. Jesus Christ, bro.
Hey, look at the ratings. I don't know what that live. How many hits does that live have? Seriously, think about it. How many lives did this guy get on Christmas for being scoped?
That's crazy. And all Overland giggling over me.
Clive believes me. I don't think it's real. I think it's a setup situation. I think it was planned. And any type of YouTuber that goes 3 deep, he's got a crew of people filming. It's not just them in that room. Somebody else is in that room that might not be getting drunk. You know, maybe they want to feel the experience. I don't know.
Ronan, believe it or not, I believe they did get scoped, but I also think that they planned to get scoped.
Yeah.
I think they planned to get scoped because they want to film it.
Exactly. And like I said, I don't know this guy's channel. I haven't looked at how many hits he had on his video. How many hits? Drew, you the one playing it. How many hits this channel hit? What's their average viewership? You know, how many followers do they have? These guys could be crash out dummies like Jay Rillo and Floyd for all we know. Within their own
but
community.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this though. I don't see Floyd ever getting scoped. And the reason why I say that is Floyd doesn't mess with 304s. Like, that's not his type. You know, he
all right, I'll give you Floyd, but Jay Rillo, nah.
Nah, that nigga get scoped. He will get scoped. That nigga will get scoped. But Floyd won't. We know Floyd's type. Floyd don't like them type of workers, man. He don't, because even when Floyd was hanging out with Jay Rillo,
a little more levity than I would give Jay Rillo.
Right. Even when Floyd was hanging out with Jay Rillo, you can tell from his body language he was uncomfortable. He wasn't really feeling. He's not the play for play type of guy. He's not really into the 304 atmosphere. It's not his thing. He likes, you know, studs type of chicks and nerdy type of girls. You know, that's his skilo. So, and plus he's got a team that's watching him. So shout out to them. And shout out to Floyd, you know. So I mean, he's moving safely. Jay Rillo, he's been in some incidents. You know, we seen it in DR. He's got arrested. Cops were banging on his door. I mean, Chicas was mad at him because he got taxed and he wasn't paying his bills. So unfortunately, we seen the aftermath of that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't believe half of what's being said on this video, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
There's something funny about this.
And what's happened?
I came here 6 years before shit happened to me.
Yeah.
So you never know, right? Like, always gotta fucking stay on point.
Yeah.
Don't trust no one.
Can't trust nobody, guys. But no. I mean, what do you guys take on it, man? I mean, do you guys think Colombia is safe to travel?
I mean, you gotta. I mean,
to me, it's all the person, how you move, what you want to do.
Yeah.
Are you the kind of guy that's going to hang out in the bottoms, which is with the low grade people, and you're looking at chicas that are, you think you
All
can
the
wheel
time.
and deal with the best of them? Or are you somebody that's moving and shaking in a different atmosphere? I mean, there's plenty of people even in this room. It's Jay Clyde goes down to Medellin all the time. He's got a steady girl, lives up in a high rise apartment, beautiful woman, never has a problem. You don't hear nothing about this guy going and run into any trouble. My boy Burt Ross, plenty of people go down there. You got Andre crossing borders. Ain't never been scoped, but he's married. You get what I'm saying? There's so many people, that are down there living a life, and you never hear a peep out of them.
And
It's
you
funny
could
how
still
it's
have fun
only
with chicas,
YouTubers, but it's funny how it's only YouTubers. It's funny
but you
how
could
it's only people that are trying to get the attention that wind up
right.
finding.
Well, sometimes it's not even YouTubers. It's just people who just love to just deal with the streets all the time with street walking girls. And I say this, man, you don't have to deal with street walking girls. There's other women out there. There's universities. Um, there's malls you can meet girls at. Like I even said, Facebook. Facebook has been something that's worked out for me pretty well,
Yeah.
and I've seen the girls with their families and shit, and that's a green flag right there. If you're talking to a female and she's got her family photos and pictures up there, 9 times out of 10 you're more in the green zone. That's how I was able to go on a date with this chick that I met out there, and we had a good time. So I keep it to that factor. I've never, well, I can't say I never, because I did pull out a chick in Parker Ellis before. I'm not gonna lie to you, but knowing that,
the whole thing is
right.
How did you pull her, and was she a safe individual to be around? Did you wind
Well,
up getting
here's the thing.
because
No,
you
she
pulled her?
wasn't. I'm gonna tell you why. Well, to me, yeah, she was, but I was taking a risk. You take a risk, but that's playing the game. You take a risk. I don't want to take multiple risks, and that's what a lot of men need to understand. When you play this game and you're dealing with street girls, you're taking a risk.
Every day.
Every day.
Highlight what Jay Clyde said. He's Colombia is not safe if you're not disciplined. If you have no discipline and you're trying to run up the numbers, it's not a safe thing. Then Black Man Travels follows up and says, been traveling to Colombia since 2015, never been drugged or robbed. I guess these fellas know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So what's going on with the rest of them? Like I said,
Yeah.
It always seems funny that some of these YouTubers put themselves in situations trying to get the numbers or trying to run up some type of viewership, that these are the guys particularly that are the ones that are getting robbed because they're going to seedy places that aren't necessarily recommended for them to be, and they're doing things they don't need to be doing.
And also too, fellas, I just want to add on to that Medellin is a humongous city. It's a humongous place, man. Like, there's so much to do in Medellin. Like, besides just being in the streets, you don't have to meet people there too. There's other places you can go to. So I do plan on going back, but
there's other places
I'm not
like a lot of people don't talk about. It's like, because most of the people in the space,
that's just the city.
They only talk about Parque Jerez and Poblado area, but Medellin is bigger than that. Imagine just going to New York City and only looking at Queens.
Exactly.
New York City is bigger than Queens, right? And that's how Parque Jerez is and Poblado area is. Medellin is not Poblado.
You even got Pablo Escobar running around down there. Ain't never ran into no problems.
There's areas like Sabaneta. There's areas like INvideo. Like Sabaneta, a lot of people sleep on.
INvideo, yeah.
It's like that's where the locals go to, and that's where the locals go for the nightlife. And a lot of people don't know this. Same for INvideo. A lot of people don't know it. Here's the thing: INvideo is the safest neighborhood in Medellin. You know why? Because that's where all the
hey, this is an open panel. You guys can join, especially when Colombia. Please come up here.
They live in INvideo. INvideo is one of the safest areas in Medellin. I mean, a lot of people don't know about this. Medellin is more than just Parque Jerez. It's more than Poblado area. It has INvideo.
Well, I plan on staying. I also plan on staying.
When I do plan on going back, I plan on staying. Like, there's two areas I'm looking at: Sabaneta or INvideo. I am not.
Have you guys been to
Poblado area? Is when I'm just during the daytime. I'm not going there for the nighttime. I'm just going,
Right.
you know, during because like Poblado is. Let me tell you this. That Provincia area is very, very nice. Provincia is very so. Provincia is like literally
Provincia. That's what I was just about to say. That's where I plan on going to Provincia.
Yeah, Provincia is close to Parque Jerez. Parque Jerez is like where the you know. So sometimes when you see,
it's like 10 minutes
Benji,
away.
when you see like you said the locals, the local guy with his girl, they
El
go
Pablo, the El Pablo areas too.
They go through the at Parque Jerez area into Provincia. They're not stopping at Parque Jerez. They go because Parque Jerez is like literally like a mile away from Provincia. So what they do is like they walk and they just crossing over and they go to Provincia. Provincia is where the locals go to, you know. So
I'm gonna throw in a wild card for you guys.
Space. Like Jake, salute to Jay Clyde. Salute to him. He been to Colombia over 20 times and he never got scoped. Salute to Black Man Travels.
I just said that.
Colombia since
I've been there. I've been there.
You know,
I've never got scoped.
I've been there. I've been there. What is a couple times since 2018, and I never got scoped. Yeah. So the thing is, like as Rolling Travel said, it depends on the individual. This fucking veterans in this space who got scoped, and I'm gonna call out names, and I'm gonna say QB got scoped. He was a veteran, and he still got scoped. I'm just saying, it's like.
QB was on his party mode. QB was on his party mode. He was in Ecuador, so you know. I guess, on all defense on his part, he was in a different country, so he just didn't think, you know, Colombian women would be capable of scoping him in Ecuador. I mean, we gotta keep it real. I mean, if you look at it as a rational, logical way of looking at it, yeah, you would think the same way too. But listen, they can get the scope plants out there too. They're growing everywhere. Those scope plants are grown. Scalopamine is grown everywhere, man, in South America, man. Anybody can get a hold of it. But I just
didn't help him out from getting him scope, man. Shout out to KB. Yeah, man.
I want to also bring it to this attention too. This is another place too. This is another place that I was thinking about going to. Have you guys ever heard of Cabana San Cristobal? I think it's pronounced Cabana. Okay, that's a place also in Medellin, in Colombia. It's really nice. It's a little country, but they have really nice villas and nice houses that you guys can rent out. I found one for $80 a night, a whole freaking big house, jacuzzi, pool, and everything. Nice area, overlooks the mountains, and it's quiet, peaceful. Oh man! But the only bad thing is it's kind of far away from the bars and the restaurants. So I don't like to really. I like to be in the proximity.
Nothing wrong with that. Catch a grab or a fucking hire a car or something.
I mean you can, but I like to be close to things. I like to walk around. I like to be in walking distance.
Convenience is where you start allowing yourself to be subjected. You make that shit inconvenient, you ain't gonna go through a lot to bring somebody back that you can't trust.
That's true, facts. But you know, most of the Airbnbs, hostess, they're usually good for the most part. Look at their reviews, look at their ratings, and see what the area is all about. You ask them, that's what I do in communication. Whenever I, tend to travel to these places, I ask them questions like, "Hey, man, is it safe out there? Is it cool? Is there a local restaurant? Are there bars? Are places?" Because I'm a different type of traveler. I like to be close to things. I don't like to be too far out in places that I don't know, even though it looks peaceful. But you just don't know. You don't know the neighborhood and shit. So that's why you got to ask questions. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I prefer to be away from a lot of things. I don't necessarily need to be all up in the mix.
That's also a good thing too.
Yeah. I want to be away from where the tourists are.
Lock your doors.
In a safe area.
Exactly.
Keep all your shit.
And a guy was smelling, and I felt bad, like drunk, straight drunk. And I said to Chris, like, bro, I don't know, like this, like weird. I feel real, bro. Like I don't really feel like cool drunk.
Well, I was like, bro, we've been live for 24 hours for 5 days straight.
So was tired. 5 days partying, bro. No sleep basically, and he was like, he's just stopped on all these 5 days. And bro, in the end, we woke up, man. He was so fun. I was in the room. I had my broken face. I don't really know what happened. Basically, like.
Oh, yeah, smash your head when you're
somewhere because there's also like a glass door going to my room with blood over there. probably the owner of this moment.
So what?
Your blood.
Yeah.
So what did they take from you exactly? Like,
So she took like my streaming phone, my streaming equipment, my laptop, my personal iPhone, same as his streaming phone, two streaming
They
phones.
took my earrings, my
And the
chain,
earrings, yeah.
my 2 phones, my iPad, my laptop,
She
my
didn't like that
speaker.
there. That's like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be gold and she would think about it. Bro, that's like the tooth of the grandma.
right? So
Everything.
man, okay. So, like, if you were to see these girls now, would you be able to recognize them again? Obviously.
Yeah, let's go get them.
Where you at?
Wait, sorry, where did
Yo,
you make it?
Huh?
Where did you make it?
You know this street right here? This famous street?
Yeah.
Paquilleras?
Paquereres. That's where they met the girls. That famous street right there. Took them home and got ransacked. Oh, man. Crazy work.
Ridiculous. And the guy is saying he's got all this stuff taken. Okay. Hold on.
But yesterday was kind of a
Yeah.
Did he mention that his bank account got robbed yet? Hold on, Buck. He hasn't mentioned his bank accounts got run through. These are Colombians. They know how to run through your electronic devices. They know how to fucking filter all of your shit. So you telling me they got your laptop that gives you access to your bank accounts and all these other things, and you guys aren't wondering what the fuck has happened to the rest of your money?
Yep.
You guys are real fucking relaxed sitting here doing this interview after somebody has your electronic devices that give access to a lot other things besides for what you do on YouTube. That's some fucking bullshit, bro.
What's up? We got
Ain't
Black
no
Man
fucking
Travels
way.
in the building, man. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling from Miami here for the next couple of weeks.
You're
Yeah, man.
Family?
Yeah, visiting the family, man. So here for a couple of weeks. Of course, mama
Right.
puts you on, your mama puts you on duties and shit.
Of course, you're still a little boy when you get to the house.
Yeah, but I want to comment on the whole Medellin situation, man. Like, my thing is, it's getting to the point where we're now just beating a dead horse, and with all the information that's currently on on social media, websites, and everything else that's telling guys how to behave and how to conduct themselves and what to look out for, they continue to ignore it, man. Which is bullshit. Then they come back and start saying that, hey, don't go to Medellin, don't go to Cartagena, where we got brothers like Jay Claude living their best lives in these countries. Dude, Andre lived his best life in Cali. I was in Cali. You guys seen my pictures and videos what I was doing in Cali. So it's just kind of ironic. This is the same type of guys. I'm starting to realize it's a certain type of person that's getting drugs.
Yeah,
it's a prototype. You look at the optics, look at the dudes, like, yeah, I can see you getting drugs. And the thing is, they're dealing with the lowest of the lows. So they go to Populares and deal with the streetwalkers around the park. So it's just like, yeah, you're easy target. And the fact that you're recording while getting drugged, that's insane. So it's just, I don't know. You look at the girls that are currently doing all the drugging, they're not attractive at all. So you try to tell them you took your time off, you book a plane ticket, you got an Airbnb or hotel, took some money with you to go overseas to deal with mud ducks. Like, who does that? So I mean, when you got veterans like Drew and myself and Jay Clyde and others telling you, hey, these are the red flags and signs you need to look out for, but it falls to deaf ears, I say, hey, let them eat their cake, man. If they live through it, they got a story to tell. If they don't live through it, hey, rest in peace.
And it's getting to that extreme too. It's either you're gonna live through it or you're not.
No, and the thing is, like, there's tons of information, but guys want to go there blindly. You see a lot of guys wanting their jewelry, trying to be loud, want to be seen.
Crazy.
Like, what for? The fact that you dead already tells that you got money. But the fact that you want to be seen and do stupid things like that in certain countries where they're known to target tourists, and especially going to an area, a particular area, a park or a clock tower to get some action, yeah, you're a prime target, man. And it's just like you're gonna get what's coming to you. So that's my take on it.
Absolutely.
I mean, y'all heard about that story that what happened to that one dude, that multi-millionaire dude in Brazil, who got scoped. You know, and the crazy thing is, like, this dude literally had a wife in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And this dude was successful. He had his own consulting company. Went over there because I think him and his wife had an open relationship. So he went to Brazil, you know, brought home 2 chicks, got scoped, killed.
Well, one thing, guys.
Here's the thing. A lot of these girls, their intention is not to kill you. When they scoping you, they just want to rob you, take your shit, and get out. So some of them are so uneducated, they just put a lot of scoping in you, and sometimes that might kill the guy.
These chicks don't care. Let's be honest. These chicks
They
are
don't
there
care
to get your money. They don't care how much scope they need. They need you knocked the fuck out, and however much they need to put you down, they're gonna put you down just so they can get their money. They're on a mission. You think they like you? They're giving you the girlfriend experience just to get in the door, and they're there for a purpose. The purpose is to fucking rob you.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys this. Typically, when they rob you, they take your camera, your phone, or your computer. They go to a pawn shop. There's a 24 hours. I mean, there are 24 hours pawn shop where they go take it to pawn your stuff. They get a fraction of the cost when they pawn your things. So they're just trying to get whatever money they can. Their big drawback is getting your card. That's the biggest thing. So that's why I always tell guys, do not take your bank card. Get a Charles Schwab account. Allocate money towards that account. Notify all your credit card companies that, hey, I'm traveling overseas. Let them know, hey, listen, if I exceed more than $100, stop it. Dudes don't do that. They don't put notifications alert on their credit cards. They take their debit card of all things. You should never take a debit card. Take a Charles, take a secondary account where you can just put money in it. If you lose the card, hey, fuck it, you lost the card. It's not gonna hurt your primary account. But these are the things that we've been talking about for years. But it's falling to deaf ears. So I'm at a point now, and I agree with Jay Clark. I just sit back with my popcorn and watch the shit show. Because it's gonna happen. And it's just like, all right, cool, wait. We try to tell you, but it is what it is. And by the way, someone commented that, if I'm married, yes, I'm married. I've taken my wife to Medellin and Cartagena, and we never have drug, nothing.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but and
your kids to these countries. The thing is, don't go where the wolves hang out.
I gotta say one thing to push back on a little bit of what you said, Black Man, and it's not that we've said it until we're blue in the face, because we have for years.
I'm done saying it.
Everybody is going down there. Okay. The bad thing is we have younger kids that are rotating into the passport community. Okay. These young kids are disillusioned in the United States. They hear the message between all these different YouTube channels. They're done with the frustration. They're getting passports for the first time. So whether we've been screaming it from the rooftops or not, we still got to repeatedly keep saying it.
No, I disagree.
Kids out there that have no idea. So you
I disagree.
Younger ones just go out there with no information.
Yes, yes, I will.
I disagree with that as well. Go ahead, Black Man.
Because I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say I have a son. He's about to go to Colombia. My son is 21 years old.
But your son has you.
Wait. Let me talk. Let me talk. I'm gonna explain to you.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna explain to you because you know why? My son is willing to listen to me. A lot of the younger generation, they don't. Okay, again, let me finish. The younger generation, they ain't trying to listen to you, Roland. They're not. They can't relate to you. The people they're gonna listen to are the fucking Austin Harleman, the Floors of the world. They're gonna listen to these cats because they're more relatable. With me, they're gonna see their father or their uncle. They're not gonna listen to me. So we need the younger travelers, the younger content creators that are going to these countries to tell the next generation. I can't say anything because guess what? I'm just lecturing to them. So for me, if you come to me, you seek information, I'm gonna give you that. If you're within my circle, and I'm gonna give you that information. But to go constantly talk about it, no, I'm not doing that shit. You got the Austin Harleman, you got the younger generation now that's currently doing the traveling scene. They need to push this shit, not me.
Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, one of the things I kind of disagree with you on is like I feel like the more the message gets out, the more people will listen. Like me,
But,
when I first went to
but
Colombia,
guys, but guys, just Google
exactly.
it,
When I
and you'll
first
see
started,
shitload of information on
I
it.
started googling this shit. I was googling this shit. I was YouTubing this shit, and I
YouTube.
was watching guys on panel. I was what people watching on YouTube. I was watching it, so that helped me out. So Roland, that's where I disagree with you on this. When you say, "Oh, these kids are ignorant, they're not listening," now, because back in 2018, when I first started, I was looking at it. I was doing my research, and I was like, "Okay, don't drink around the chicks." And I was looking at all those things, and he helped me. So that's where I disagree with you on this case. On this case, when you say these young kids are lost cause, no, I
I didn't
disagree.
say they were a lost cause.
I disagree. The more here's the thing: the more the message gets out, the better.
That's what I'm
The better.
saying. What are you saying?
But
Someone saying no, don't put the message out anymore. Just shut the
but
fuck up and watch it happen.
no, but guys, there's so much information out there. Listen, when I went to Colombia in 2015, we didn't have this. I didn't have this. All I remember is like, hey, listen, I did see cover your drinks. I heard about scopamine back then. Cover your drinks and just be mindful of your environment. That's all I had. Everything else had to be street smarts. It's like, okay, this shit doesn't seem right. Being more,
Uh-huh.
being more, aware of what's going on around you. Don't get caught up by a pretty face. So it's just like back then, I didn't have enough information. When Jay Cloud was doing it earlier, he probably didn't have a lot of information. When I was going to Brazil early before everybody started going, I didn't have a lot of information. But I
Yeah.
took the information that was given to me and ran with it. Now today, too, you could just say type in Medellin and you see all type of search queries around Medellin. So you trying to tell me you're gonna book a trip with your friends and you're not gonna do no type of research at all?
How many
Like
kids do
not
that now?
well, these are the kids that grew up with the internet. So they should do that's it, that should become second nature. Unless you just don't care.
What I'm saying is each one teach one. I learned a different way.
I,
I traveled
I,
when I was a kid like you, but
and we
then
need
when I
more
got
people
in the
like you.
military, listen. When I got in the military, I was taught a different way of traveling and how to move around beside for when I was a kid and traveling. So I learned different ways. But the whole thing is, even in the military, we have a certain way that we travel and we move. If I'm not imparting that information to when I was in the military to the younger guys, and they would have been taken advantage. How many military guys do you hear being taken advantage of? You know why?
Wow.
Because the older guys are still imparting information to the younger guys that are traveling. That's the way it's always been. All of a sudden, now old guys can't say shit, whether it's being listened to or not. I don't give a fuck whether they listen to me or not. It's
Well,
eventually going to sink in, whether they make the first mistake or the second mistake. Sometimes people are just motherfucking hard-headed. And they gotta
then you know
bump their
what?
head up against the
See,
wall a
They
couple
see,
times.
they
the
got to
thing,
learn. They got
Roland,
to learn.
Roland, hear me out. The thing is, say for example, there's 100 watchers in the chat, and let's just say 100 of them never traveled, been outside, but they're watching this panel, right? Let's say for example, 5 of them are hard headed, they're not listening in. They go to Colombia and get scoped. However, the other 95% of them, they go to Colombia, have fun, they're responsible and all that. This is why these panels matter. This is why guys like
Exactly.
you and I and the rest of the guys matter. The more our voices are heard, the better.
Exactly. And
No,
that's why
but
I'm saying, even though you guys are saying you shouldn't have to talk about it anymore, let them figure it out. There still has to be somebody in the room that's in opposition saying, fuck that. No, they need to know. And I'm
I'm
going to push back every fucking time somebody says to shut up and let them fucking fail.
I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this. Okay, you got all these different platforms that talk about Colombia, right? Right now, you have so many platforms that talk about it. Do they really excessively talk about how to protect yourself? No. Guess what they
Nope.
talk about? The bitches, the
Yep.
bitches, the
Yep.
bitches. I
Yep.
could sit on look, I could watch a live stream right now, 6 hour long. There's no prevention measures being talked
Exactly.
about at all.
Exactly. So what rooms are
Absolutely.
doing that if it's not going to be ours?
Well, no. Well, I'm done. I wash my hand on that shit. It's just like, hey, listen, if you want information, go to my website, go to my YouTube channel. There's all information you need to know. Now, if you reach out to me personally, yes, I'll sit down with you and tell you, okay, this is what I did to become successful traveling all over the country. I've been to 7 cities in Colombia multiple times. I just got back from Cali, Colombia, had a great time. But the thing is, it's up to you that you're willing to listen because again, you could drop all the knowledge you want. If that person's not willing to apply it, it's just a waste of time and energy. So it's just like right
Like I
now,
said, I've
you
always
got this guy
recognized
here. You got this guy here. He literally recording himself get drugged. So my thing is that he did that knowingly that he was going to get drugged
that's what I'm
for
saying.
views.
And that's what we said. I think I came in the room saying, I think this guy set this whole thing up for clicks and views.
You set it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
I said,
absolutely.
when I saw that video, I instantly said, yeah, he said he did it purposely. Because why are you going to record yourself getting drugged, then wake up the next day or whatever hours later? Oh, you're looking all drugged out of your mind doing a live stream. What kind of shit is that?
And then
Your
here's
ass
the
should be
thing.
somewhere
How
in the
many
hospital.
people get their electronics, especially their laptop, and not start complaining their bank accounts have not been hit? This motherfucker sitting here talking up all this shit about what was taken, and not one bank account, not one fucking Bitcoin, nothing was taken aside for tangible things inside the room. Get the fuck
And
out.
let's just keep it a buck. Now everybody has a Bitcoin, so now everybody losing their fucking Bitcoins.
Everybody has a fucking bank account. He's not even whining about that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just think guys are getting caught up by watching the chicks. That's it. They don't care about nothing else what's important to them. And again, Medellin is a huge city. There's so many places you could go. Shit, from Paquilera, there's another area you could go and party at. You could go to Lorelas. You could go to Avogado. You could go so many other areas to party. But guess what? They want to get stuck. They want to play. They want to stay in one particular area, which is Paquilera's. Then they want to go to fucking Bello to be part of the hood. Like, who the hell? And that's the thing, guys. And again, I don't know. I'm a bougie ass traveler. I'm known as bougie traveler. I like nice things. I like nice things. I'm willing to spend money. I worked hard for it. I don't get when niggas, I'm gonna say niggas, will travel to a country, want to go to somebody else's hood. Dude, I'm not trying to visit no hood. I don't visit no hood here in this country. Dude, I ain't trying to see nobody hood. I already seen property. I don't need to see overseas property. I'm good on that.
Exactly.
Right.
I live in
So
the
black
best area
man, black
of my
black
city.
black man
That's what-
travels.
I
You
live
ain't
in
you
the
ain't.
best area, and why would I want to visit a hood in a third world country? That doesn't make no sense.
So
It's
black man
like,
travels.
you know,
You ain't gonna go out there with the iPhone 8 and shit, and the cameras out there in the hood. Just want to document stuff.
No.
I would never do
No,
that.
thank you. I would never do that.
Hey,
Larry
you got
J.
some
Fly,
travelers that do that now.
Listen, Larry J. Fly, it says something very, very true. Scoping wasn't a big problem prior to 2020.
Exactly.
No, it wasn't.
Yep.
I didn't even hear about the thing until I got back from Medellin back in what?
No,
last
scoping
month.
always been there. Scoping always
But
been
it
there. But the thing
wasn't
is,
a big problem.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
It wasn't mainstream.
No.
That's the thing. It wasn't mainstream like this.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, guys, scoping was always there. They were scoping the locals. They were scoping each other. That's what it was. There was not a huge influx of tourists going there. Even at 2025, when I was, 2015, when I was there was not many tourists out there. It was during the pandemic, it started picking up. And from there, people start understanding, start realizing, hey, there's a lot of tourists come here making it rain, coming on with jewelry on and everything else. Let's drug them. But before that, it was, you rarely hear about scoping tourists. A lot of that was happening in Cartagena, not Medellin, because Cartagena it's the tourist hub of Colombia. So a lot of tourists was going to Colombia for years, like 20, 30 years ago. Cartagena is the spot. But Medellin, it's just recently people started going to Medellin. Because of course Medellin had that drug, the cartel issue and everything else, and even Cali doesn't get any tourists. It's just now people starting to travel to Cali, but before that it was only Cartagena and Bogota.
Hey, highlight what
I just want to.
Bert Ross said just a minute ago.
I just want to intervene and just piggyback off of what Black Man Travels was saying. And this is for everybody. Do you guys believe that since the pandemic situation, and like I was speaking on earlier, that whatever happens economically in the United States, it's like 10 to 3 times worse in other third world countries. Do you believe that the crime rate has risen with the excessive amount of scoping because of that?
Yes, 100%. The economy in these countries are suffering, bro. Because they got to be you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think now they understand that they could get a lot of money from a tourist, especially a man, because you don't hear women getting robbed. You hear more about guys getting robbed. So they realized, hey, listen, we can have a month, 1 month salary or even more, or 3 month salary by robbing a tourist. So now they look for guys like you.
Man Travels, I gotta slightly disagree, because there are women that get robbed in other ways that's out there. I mean, you just don't really hear about it as much,
Yeah,
because
purse being stolen,
They get robbed
but
when they
they're
have
not
their
being
cell phones
scoped.
out. When they
Yeah.
when they're
I
walking
don't
in the
hear those
street
stories.
or sidewalk and they have their cell phone out and they're recording.
Yeah.
vlogging,
Yeah,
whatever,
American
that's how
woman
they
is
get
Bro,
going
robbed.
there's
over there.
local Colombian women that I talked to that they said that they got their stuff robbed. They
Yeah,
got
but
cell
the
phones.
guys, but
Purse taken. They're not getting scoped because
they're
women are
not.
not
They're
going
not.
over there for prostitution. Let's say what it is.
Oh, well, guys,
American
let's
women are not going overseas for
let's
prostitution.
take a step back. Well, first of
Women
all,
going overseas for prostitution.
we're comparing locals with tourists. That's two separate things. The locals are still getting robbed. I never said they're not getting robbed. Locals are still getting robbed. Men and women and children are still getting robbed. That's still happening every single day. Tourists are not. Now, on the tourist side, you hear more men are getting robbed than women. Now, if a woman decided to stay, take her phone out or her purse out, yes, she will get her stuff snatched by the motor culture. But after that, that's it. You're not hearing the more excessive crime, a woman found dead in the room being drugged and scoped. You don't hear that. That's with guys.
Yeah, of course.
So again, it really depends on how you break it down. But the locals, the men, women, and children are getting robbed every single day. That's happening every single day.
I mean, I agree with you. There's
That's never
men
going to
and women
stop.
in
Now, I
America.
ain't in the
There's men
process
and
than
women in
women.
America that are getting robbed every single day. It's not necessarily news down there, and it's not news here. The difference is when you're a tourist and you're getting robbed, specifically black men that are getting robbed more so than the white guys.
No.
I don't know
That's
about
not
that,
true.
bro.
That's not true. That's not
Okay.
true. That's not true. A lot
Right.
of trust me. Here's the thing: it's just now a lot of the black guys are starting. Okay, guys, let's make this clear. A lot of brothers don't go to Colombia like that.
Nah.
It's a small percentage. There is not. Roland, you've never been to Colombia. I can speak
No,
on
I have
Colombia.
not.
There's
No,
not a lot of brothers.
I can speak on.
I probably
There's
would
not a lot
never
of
go.
brothers.
Yeah, I
No,
agree with Black Man on
Y'all
that.
have sworn me off
What?
of going to Colombia for any
No,
fucking.
see
for the coffee.
again. That's being
I'm just
ignorant.
messing with y'all. I'm messing
But
with
I'm
y'all.
saying,
Right.
I'm saying this: black men are just starting to go within the last 3 years. White men and local and national Colombians been going back home for years. So a lot of the deaths that you hear about or you don't hear about are from local, like from Colombian nationals or white men or Asian men that have been going there. It's just now you start to hear more black men dying in the process. But again, let's not get it twisted. A lot of brothers don't go to Colombia like that, like they go to DR. Most brothers still go to DR only. Just like a lot of brothers don't go to Brazil like that. A lot of brothers don't
Yeah.
go to Brazil or Panama like that or Costa Rica. A lot of dudes stay stuck on stupid on DR. And if they go to DR, it's a sewer. That's it. But Colombia is now
That's
starting to
true, though.
pick up with black men traveling out there. But you don't see too many brothers out there because I could go certain parts of Colombia where I don't see no African Americans out there. So I mean, we got to be realistic with the numbers that we're saying. Brothers are not traveling to Colombia like that. They're not. If they do, it's probably like 4th of July weekend, Labor Day weekend,
I could
Memorial Day
testify and
weekend,
say
and
that
that's it.
I could also testify and say that for a guy who's been to Colombia. Black Man Travel is absolutely right. I barely see black people out there, especially when I was in Medellin. I've met probably one brother that was from Canada, and he wasn't even from the United States. He was black, but he was from Canada. So I mean, you're not really gonna see too many of them out there. What up,
And
New York?
yeah,
go ahead.
And also too, guys, Colombia is the size of Texas, man. You know how massive Colombia is. People get stuck on one little part, one little
Absolutely.
clock tower. Not understanding, like even the city of Medellin, there's so many places you could go in Medellin where I don't need to see another tourist. I could be around locals. And when I mean locals, the middle class and upper class tier locals. So like we don't need to be around poverty and prostitutes all the damn time. You don't need to be around that.
Yeah, I've never understood why people need to have street cred overseas somewhere and go to a hood. I don't get the mentality behind that.
There's a place in Medellin I want to go to. I think you guys are familiar with this. They have the the famous mountain that's out there. I can't pronounce the name. Is it
Guadape.
Guape? Yeah, that's a really nice spot. They have a lot of nice restaurants and bars, and it's a nice city out there too. I definitely want to do some filming out there when I go back. So I mean, there's a lot of places that you could visit out there, and
Well, Andrew, I took my wife up there for a glamping experience. We did a glamping
Nice.
experience for 4 days in the mountains. It was beautiful, man. We took a shower in the rainforest. Staying in the igloo. Walking around butt naked. It was fun.
And that's one of the safest places too. It's safe.
I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of safe places in Colombia. The thing is, guys go to the hood areas. When you go to the hood areas,
Yeah.
yes, you're gonna find that problem. But if you in the well-to-do areas where the money is, you're gonna be all right. But the thing is, people, we have this weekend warriors that's only there for 3 days. So yes, they're gonna stay in pocket areas. Yes, they're gonna stay up the clock tower, and that's all they know. But if you there with some time, if you're an expat, you're a digital nomad, or you got a whole month to kill because you got some vacation time, dude, explore the country. The country is extremely beautiful, man. It's one of the most beautiful countries that I've been to, landscape wise, and even with the food. And you look at the groceries, man. Look at the different fruits and vegetables that they grow there. Man, it's amazing. The coffee, man, it's just so much to offer. But they don't talk about those things because they get stuck on popular areas. They get stuck on clock tower. That's all you see.
Yeah.
And even the beaches, they get stuck on Hollywood Beach. Hollywood Beach is the worst beach.
Listen to what you just
Provencia is a
said.
nice area too.
Listen. You just gave every positive there is to go to Colombia. How many other motherfuckers are talking like that? Nobody.
Hold on,
They all
Ronnie.
talking about the
Black Man
chicas
Travels,
in that one goddamn block.
Yeah.
Black Man Travels
Yeah.
is exactly right. Travel for the culture. Travel for the culture before you guys travel for the nightlife. Experience the country and absorb it in. Like I said, when I was in Brazil, I experienced the country. You forget the nightlife, yo. Experience the travel
Hey
and the
guys,
culture of the people.
I don't mean
You know?
to. I just want to intervene, but this is a spot over here that I'm going to be staying at in Colombia.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
Andrew,
Go
where
down,
you
man.
going? I mean, you don't have to say the exact date. Where you going? Is it?
no. I'm going to actually I'm gonna get the word
You
up
don't
here.
have
I
to
Is
give
can't
up
that
right
a
now.
exact.
pool on the roof or is that a blue roof? What the fuck?
That bro,
Oh, that's
you
that's
guess
a nice area, man.
Yeah.
guess how much I'm paying a night
'Cause I'm
just to
looking
stay
at
in
a
this
blue
place.
roof there. It looks
Listen,
like
now
goddamn.
this is what Black Man Travis is talking about.
Yeah,
Staying
travel
at a
Guess
nice
how much?
vacation. You get more bang
Guess,
for your buck.
$80.
So why would you
said it.
say
You said it already. You
you're
said
hood?
$80 a night, which is great.
$80
That's better
a
than a lot of
night,
great
bro. This
hotels
whole
here in the
entire
United
God
place,
States.
dang.
That's
80
awesome.
bucks, $80. Isn't
That's the way I
Costalo?
travel right there. Bougie as fuck.
And I agree with
I
Black
don't
Man
give a
Travels
damn.
100%. I've been to a lot of countries in South America and Latin America, right? And Central America. Colombia by far is one of the
It's
most
called
beautiful
Cabano
countries.
San
People don't
Cristobal.
realize,
I
man.
think that's how you
It's
pronounce
twice
it.
the size of Texas. It's twice the
Yeah.
size of Texas. Colombia is twice the size of Texas. And
Yeah.
only focusing on one part and one city is like it's crazy work, man.
Again, for
Yep.
some reason in our community, brothers like low-hanging fruit. They don't like to go and do any kind of research, do any kind of traveling, do any kind of their own process. They want to follow behind other brothers. They don't want to go out and do the things on their own.
I mean,
I gotta
I'll
give
say
no
this.
excuse. I gotta give no excuse credit. He actually goes to other cities around Colombia. He
Yeah,
been to what is it,
yeah.
over 11 cities in Colombia. So I gotta give him credit. He's showing receipts.
I mean, one thing, guys, like sometimes because Jay Cloud, he lives in Medellin part time,
Yeah,
three
yeah.
quarters of the year, and he go to places. He posted within our WhatsApp group, like restaurants and places. I'm like, yo, where's this? I never seen this place. I'm like, yo, this is my vibe. And the thing is, it's just like, again, you got to surround yourself with certain people to be attracted to certain areas. Like for me, when I went to Cali, I went to an area called Buenaventura. Everybody said, don't go there, don't go there. I went there, I had the time of my life.
Yeah.
I've been to Barranquilla, Bogota, Cali, Cartagena, Medellin. So it's just like there's so many stuff that you could do and see. But again, people just want to see what they show on YouTube. They don't want to see what No Excuse is showing. They
Also,
don't
the
want to see
people
that
I meet,
shit.
first of all,
Right.
the people I
Chris-
meet also in Colombia, like I'm talking about other tourists. Like for example, I met this
Yeah,
Jewish
keep it to
couple
yourself. It's straight
from Kansas. They were from Kansas. It was Jewish couple very successful.
Yes,
and I
there is
asked them,
security there.
you know, and I asked them what you guys are here for. These couples, bro, they were there for bird watching. Like literally, the husband had a whole book he had a whole big ass book of birds, and literally they came to Colombia for bird watching. And
book travel.
Colombia has the most birds diversity per capita anywhere in the world.
Book travel. When I went to Guadalupe and I stayed in that glamping experience, one of the highlights of me staying there for 4 days was the birds. I seen birds I'd never seen in my goddamn life. I'm like, hey, what type of bird is that? And it's you up in the mountains, these beautiful hot springs, dude. I'm taking a damn bath in a goddamn hot spring, butt ass naked, dude. How many dudes could say that? So again, traveling is about experiences, man, dude. When I stop traveling, I can sit back and say, you know what? I lived it. I experienced it. I've done it one time in my life. Dudes will never say that because they get stuck on chasing ass. Look, when you make ass your first priority, you're going to get that end result. You're going to catch some type of STDs or get drugged and robbed. When you make other things other priority, trust me, the women will come. Dude, I got ass without even trying because I wasn't looking for it.
Absolutely. You know what? Look at this panel that we have right here. All of us has got a treasure trove of information. We've all traveled the world. We all got information that we're trying to school these guys, man. They just don't get it. You know, when I first went to Brazil and I went into like the rainforest, I actually seen a real wild, big ass parrot in the wilderness. You know,
this is beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? This is what traveling is about. You don't go all the way to a different country just for the box. You go there to experience the culture, to bring something back mentally in your brain. That's why when I'm in Europe, I make sure I go to Rome and Italy and Venice and all these other places. I just don't stay in one place in Ljubljana, Slovenia.
I'm gonna say this, guys. I had to step outside because I didn't want the wife to hear this shit. But when I was in Thailand, I went to an area called Chiang Rai. Dude, I saw a fucking Chun-Li type of chick. I'm like, God damn, bro, I ain't up having that. Boy, that Chun-Li type, boy, I was like, yo, that's Chun-Li over there.
You have to
man, bro. You got to know where to go, and when you go and explore the areas, you see some interesting looking women. Like wow, like damn.
You because you ain't got to pay. It's
man, and you don't have, man. Shit, I got some stories to tell, boy. Oh,
you ain't got to pay, man.
It's just again, why go to the same watering hole every Tom, Dick, and Harry's going to bang the same chick? I never understood that shit, man.
I'm gonna keep on embarrassing them. They're lazy. They're lazy as fuck. They rather follow behind some other nigga than to go and do their own work.
They will never go to Europe. They will never go because they can't afford these places. Or Brazil. They're cheap.
Okay? You know we got some passport bros in the building, King.
They'll go one place, and it'll be and you know how many times I've been to Pursuit and it's a meatball fest. Come on, man. They all go to one place, man. I used to get a motorcycle and drive all up around, just go for the plata and just to move around and feel the country.
I'm gonna say this.
You're right, Black Man Travels. You don't need to go to the poor place.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna speak about DR. This place is where I go. I know how some Dominicans want to claim Taino and shit. Nah, I know a place in DR where there's nothing but pure, like, yo, god damn. And trust me, it's up in the mountains where no one doesn't go. And I'll drive up there and hang out and party. And it's just like, hey.
Don't think about paying money from you. They just
want
Presidente. They don't want money from you.
That's it. Some Presidentes, dog. You good.
Here's the thing that I've been saying, and that's why I'm going to keep on shouting it to the rooftop. Where the fuck are these kids learning that kind of behavior from?
They ain't going to learn from me. Shit. They going to learn from somebody else.
That's why I'm saying if everybody else shuts up that it's experience and doesn't tell you.
Hey, listen. If you're part of my circle, I'll pass the baton. If you're part of my circle, you follow me on YouTube. I'm constantly passing the baton.
That's
now, but the thing is, I'm not gonna go out there and say, "Hey, come listen to me. I got a story to tell." Fuck that, man. It's like, listen, if you're willing to take the time, like, hey, no, I'm going there. It's my first time. I want to know what you know. All right, cool. I'll sit down with you and I'll tell you. And majority of the time, I take the shit for free. It's like, all right, cool. Call me at 9:00 and I'll hit you up. All right, cool. And I write it down. Okay, this is what you want to do. This is where you want to go. This is how much you want to spend. I'm dropping the whole building because I'm passing the baton. Like for me, I just had a kid. My traveling days is coming to an end. I mean, temporarily, but I'm just saying, it's like I don't mind sharing information, but the constant beat the dead horse about, hey, stop going to Medellin, not don't get drugged. I'm not doing that no more. I'm done. You got a lot of younger guys doing that can do that shit.
All right, guys, I'm gonna continue playing this. I want to get all you guys' opinions on these streamers who've got drugged and robbed in Medellin on Xmas Day. Good God.
Drinking here, girls boogie
I
here.
don't know. They seem very tame and chill.
And the house. You don't get a girl.
We would never expect that from them.
Any advice you have for people like who come into Medellin or anything?
Just make sure that you have your own drinks and you drink your own drinks. But
from your own bottle.
But in reality, you come out here to do what you come out here to do, and if you're unlucky, you're unlucky. Just don't carry a lot, or maybe put your valuables in a safety box.
And I believe the most thing to reach when you have two girls and they know each other, they're friends, because they're working a lot as a team. Like if me and Chris he brings one another, and I bring something another, it's gonna be difficult because they will not have time to make teamwork.
Yeah.
And like when you have the girl.
That's also another street smarts too, man. When you're meeting girls on the streets, you don't want to bring two girls that know each other, because like the guy was saying, they could work like a team. They know each other, so they know how to operate. If one guy meets another girl somewhere else, and this guy works there, then possibly you can kind of get away with it. You okay over there?
I mean, there's life happening over there, but believe me, you got kids and everything else. Go ahead.
Sounds like somebody took a shit in the toilet. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and continue.
And Chris, like, hey, no, but my friend has a nice girl, and then she brought her. That's a team already. Yeah, it's a teamwork, and more chances something like that is gonna happen. When it's teamwork, and you got like separate girls.
That is very good advice.
Yeah.
Fuck no. But yeah, who was the guy on your stream who was yelling out, "Hey, get him out, get him out"?
Like because there were lots of people who were telling them on the live stream.
Yeah. So you couldn't hear the guys on your stream when they said it, right?
I don't know.
When we watched it back, some guys like, yeah, you should kick him out, kick him out.
Oh, so we have TTS, which is text to speech.
Yes.
So the people in the chat, they send donations and they send voices.
So they can type, and then the voice came out.
Anybody have any other?
The chat always like, get it out, get him to the goose.
I know they see everything, so they were able to witness everything that was happening. And they're right, but we're already in the zone having fun. And another thing is, just because you're cheaper doesn't mean it's good. I think it's better paying. I love the premium price. Obviously, negotiate, but don't find the cheapest of the cheapest because it might turn out bad.
Yeah, I agree, Sam. Last year, a few more pennies, but we wouldn't have it. Wake up in the morning, so sweet, so nice.
So what do you have to say to people who say, sorry to cut you, who have to say that you guys were amateurs? Because I saw some of this in the comments. You guys are amateurs. You don't know what you were doing. You deserve to have been drugged and all of this stuff. I saw some people say that. But you guys have actually been coming out here to Colombia.
Yeah, but the chat. I was chat sometimes I'm like 15 years old.
Yeah. How long have you been coming here?
I'm Colombian myself, okay?
Right.
So I was born here. I know like here. But look, we're live streamers. Our job is to push it to the limits. So obviously
It's crazy it'll happen live. Like, you're probably the only guys who've ever captured that, I would say.
not sure about
We don't have a privacy. We don't have our own moment, but we have the craziest life you can imagine. And the life from morning to night, you never know what's gonna happen. And when you think it's over, it can be a brand new beginning.
Do you know something funny? When I was reporting my case to the police, they said, "Do you have video evidence of you being kidnapped?" It's like, how? If I'm being kidnapped, how would I be able to film it? But you guys got everything on fucking camera. It's amazing. That's like the best. You've got all the evidence. So that's a open and shut case.
Two angles.
No one can. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's I'll give you an example. Last year, me and Chris ended up in a hotel, right? And they were checking the IDs, and then the reception now they checked the IDs, and there was not many or anything, right? She was even older. And guess what? She provided a fake document, right? But not that she's a minor. She was like 25, let's say, but on the passport, on the ID, it says 30. So the guy down there reception like 30.
Next thing you know, you're knocking on the door, bro.
But she, oh,
that's good.
I know it's not good.
Right, he was knocking on the door to help you.
And it's the police.
That's such a big deal. But even last year here was only police. There was a barrier, and you can only pass by with the ID here.
I remember. Yeah.
A few months.
Is that like last year?
February.
I don't think it was like they would let gringos in, but if they were saying Colombians, they would check them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they also changed the
So the funny was
legal area constitution. I think they stopped it in here.
Yeah. So the thing is, the police arrive, knock on the door. What the fuck? How is that possible? You have these girls with the fake IDs. I was like, hold on. We're not FBI, DA, you know, like checking, scanning, ultraviolet. We just check. Yeah, you're older, go. And then she comes to reception. Older, go. You guys have all the police around, like we told him. Checking each ID goes inside. So 3 filters. I'm not police, I'm not FBI, I'm not the reception. I just want to do bunga bunga. You know what I mean? And then the police, yeah, I know, and then it's like grabbing. It's like, no, you guys are involved as well. You guys are involved as well, and all that shit. And the Chris was like, excuse me, we are live streamers. We have like 2,000 people watching right now here. And this is all being live recorded from the first moment the girls came in, how they pass reception, how you knock on the door, how you take her away, and up to right here now conversation like with the camera. And this is all live, 2,000 people watching right now. Bro, they changed the attitude. Okay, yeah, okay. What's your name, actually, Christopher? Okay, well, maybe we're gonna keep in touch with you. I wish you a nice holidays, everybody. Chat saved my life. Thank you.
That's a t-shirt. Chat saved my life.
Yeah, the chat.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, guy?
Captain G.
Yo,
Just Rebels.
Captain
We're all victims, and look at this. We're still out here partying.
It's all right, guys.
So we're gonna catch you all.
Forever drunk, I wanna be.
Wow.
Christmas Eve, December 2024.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, any last thoughts before we go ahead and close it up? Any advice? We like to always end on a positive note as much as we can.
I just want to end it like this. You know, as Black Man Travelers was saying, man, guys got to try. Colombia is twice the size of Texas. It's twice the size of Texas is a big state. So you should explore the country. The country, I've been there many times. It is a probably one of my top one most beautiful country I've been. And I've been to a lot of countries in Latin America. There's number one. It's so beautiful. Cost of living is low. You get more bang for your buck and all that. So just explore the places outside the Parque Jerseys and the Clock Tower and the Santa Fe in Bogota. There's other places in Colombia where you can have fun. You know, you can explore the nature. There's a lot of stuff going on in Colombia. There's a lot of activities. You can't just be in a park and you know, sleeping the whole day, then repeat cycle, go to the park nightlife and sleeping the whole day. That's how guys live their lives when they go to in the Parque Jerez. So guys, just try something different. Go to Colombia, but explore more. Think outside the box.
Absolutely. Kings, you got any last words, brother?
Yeah, I picked up something on that video just now. Being that these guys are live streamers, I think that this was staged. I don't even think they got scoped because they're not even worried about recouping anything.
Thank you. Been seeing that.
It's not anything. He already said he had 2,000 people on a live stream. These are not people that are acting like they just got robbed. Okay, they look like Beavis and Butthead, and I think it was a whole stage act. Now that I've seen that the big guy start to sober up a little bit, and he continued with his content, I think that it was all staged. Do you agree with me, Ronnie?
Absolutely. I've been saying it since I got on this live. You just happened to drop off. So you just said exactly what I said earlier.
Yeah, these are not people who act like they just lost their ATM cards and their $5,000 computers. I think it was all staged because they're content creators and they wanted to do this. No one gives an interview when it is mission. So these guys with the wild hair and the smiles, the Beavis and Butthead area, I think it was all staged. You know,
okay.
If anybody agrees with me, I mean, that's just where I feel. I've seen the big guy sober up and he still continues with his content. And then when he
I was trying to get Buck input, but I guess Buck left. Black Man Travels, you got any words of advice? Oh, okay. I guess we lost Black. Okay, we lost Black Man Travels too. All right. Ronan, got any last words?
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm a little bougie, and I'm not afraid to say it. I travel in a different fucking atmosphere than some of the other people, and Black Man Travels confirmed that as well. He does the same thing. You don't have to be in the places that you're in. You choose to be in the places that you're in, either because you're being cheap, you're just being a follower, you haven't done your research, and you're being lazy about how you travel. I would advise you to put a little more effort into your travel plans. Move a little bit better than what you guys have been doing. Now, I just had a poll that was going on, said, have you ever had a problem traveling in Colombia? 88% of the people that answered this poll said no, absolutely not. So it's just a very few that are traveling over there with the wrong kind of mentality and effort that is being amplified throughout the travel community. So there's a lot of guys. It's Jay Clyde, you know, Andre Crossing Borders, Burt Ross, a lot of people that go down there, live, function. T-Mac lives down there with his girl. I mean, there's plenty of people that live in that country, have no problems, never had a problem in their lives. So it goes to point, why are these particular people having problems?
Any last word, Black Man Travels?
Yeah, man. I think I co-sign everything what Roland just said. Do your research. Do your research. Plan accordingly. Don't leave with your wallet, and don't be overly thirsty, man. Just be smart how you move and explore the country. You know, Colombia has a lot to offer, and you could actually have a great time. You can create some memories, you know, great experiences. You can find love. You can do all type of things, man. Just do it the right way, and just be careful. That's all.
All right, well, there you have it, guys. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you guys for giving your expertise and your input on this situation. Well, I guess my word is just do your diligence, do your research, and whatever you do, and try to understand what the culture for what it is, rather wherever you're at in your situation. I mean, I guess that's the best I can sum it up, man. Anyways, gentlemen, thank you all for joining the show. I appreciate you, Black Man Travels, and everybody else that was on here too, especially, and you too, Ronan. Thank you all for joining the show. We'll see you in the next one. Yeah.
The Andrew Show. Like and subscribe.